everyone, it's Sharonda from Payorwait, and today I'm going to be recapping Love is Blind episodes 9, 10, and 11. We've almost made it to the finish line, you guys, and woo, honey, it's a lot happening, especially in the first episode. So I want to start with Jackie and Marshall because we kind of saw that things just wasn't going too good for them, okay, y'all? Like, it wasn't going well, and we just got to talk about it, all right? So we see that Marshall tries to have a conversation about their relationship, you know, and what she needs from him, because it's clear that she's communicated to him that she needed him to be more aggressive. Like, she needed him to initiate sex more. Like, she just feels, it seemed like Jackie just wasn't being fulfilled by Marshall, okay? So he tries to have this conversation when they come home from Chelsea's birthday party, and she was just like, bruh. I'm tired. I didn't work the full day. I didn't had to go to this event. I just want to go to bed. I was really concerned. I was like, I wonder if the production had cut this out, because if I would have been like, what are you and Josh talking about? Because my whole thing is, yeah, you try to ask her, like, you know, what's going on with y'all. But my whole question would have been like, why were you entertaining Josh for so long? Because it just disrupted my spirit, y'all. It really did. So it almost made me feel as though that he was trying to get her to say those things that she had said to him off camera. It made me feel like maybe he wanted her to say it on camera, but she was just like, she was ready to go to bed. She was like, just love me. Just love me. Okay, just love me. And I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about it. And we see, actually, I'm a hold off on the rest of them until after we talk about the dress shopping. But I do want to talk about some of the things that were happening with some of the couples. So let's talk about Zach and Bliss. So Bliss meets Zach's family. They like her. Things seem to go really well. I thought it was super cute. But Zach didn't look that excited to meet Bliss's mom and sister. I don't know if he's just so worried. I can tell that one of his insecurities is not being accepted by others. If I have to hear this Romeo and Juliet comparison one more time, because they played it in the little preview for the finale, I was just like, okay, baby, we get it. Like, somebody didn't accept you, okay? And I want you to move past that, honey, because they didn't deserve you. If they could appreciate you, your upbringing, and the man that you are today, they don't deserve you, sweetie. So I need him to talk through that. This is also another reason why I feel like therapists are needed for this season, especially, but going forward, they definitely need therapists. So Zach makes a comment saying that he hasn't loved anyone. He hasn't told anyone he loved them since he was 21. I was like, I mean, okay, I guess you didn't have that many serious relationships, and that's totally fine. I ain't gonna hold you to that. So I don't know why Zach wanted to tell Bliss's mom and sisters the whole story about how he chose somebody else over her. I don't know if he was like, let me just get ahead of this right now. I don't know what the hell Bliss told her family. So let me just talk about it. And Bliss and them, they're like, damn, Zach, so you just gonna tell all my business? You gonna tell them that I wasn't your first choice? You just gonna embarrass me like that in front of my mom and my sisters? I was like, wow, like, you didn't give him no ground rules on what should have happened? So he was like, well, I called it off. And I was like, did you, Zach? Did you call it off, or did Arena not like you? I'm never going to let it go. I know there are people like, Sharonda, you were too hard on Zach and Bliss, but I just do not like how dismissive Zach is all the time about how he ended up with Bliss. It just, I don't know. He makes it seem like it was a him thing, but I really think it was more so he was tired of getting treated bad by Arena thing. So it's clear that Bliss is still bothered by what happened with Zach. And I really wish that they could just have a conversation once and for all. Because as much as I understand what it, like, that she feels like she's the second choice, after a certain point in time, Bliss, you gotta let it go. Because you said you wanted to be with his raggedy behind. So if you gonna be with him and let it go. But by episode 11, I was tired of hearing about it, okay? I was on your side. You know I've been the biggest, like, what was you doing, Zach, thing about Arena, but you said you wanted to be with him, and you said you wanted to marry him. So, like, we really just got to let this go. We got to move forward, okay? We can't keep going back to the past. So Zach makes a comment. It says that one of the reasons why he decided to choose Arena over her was he felt like he wouldn't fit in with her family. And of course, this is one of the 15,100,000 times that he used the Romeo and Juliet thing. And we know that this is an issue that he's had in past relationships. And once, the girls' families find out about his mom and his upbringing, they kind of just be judging him. So I get it. But we gotta let it go. But I also be feeling like Zach just be full of ish. I feel like Zach just be saying stuff to sound important, but I never feel like he's being genuine with the words. I think that Zach thinks that he can talk his way out of accountability, and it just wasn't working for me in this conversation. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just ain't gonna ever get over him choosing Arena over Bliss, but it didn't sit well with me. But I do appreciate her mom for validating her feelings and understanding not wanting to be second best. I like that she actually validated Bliss's feelings. And then I thought it was cute that Bliss's mom told him, like, I'll be your mom too. I thought that was super cute. So yeah. So let's talk about Brett and Tiffany, because I feel bad because they're not toxic, they don't get as much screen time, even though they be the ones who make me believe in love again. So Tiffany ends up meeting his friends. Everything goes really great. And it was so nice to hear Brett talk to his friends about how he wants to break generational poverty and how he could see himself building a future with Tiffany. I just love seeing men being able to talk about, their significant others in front of their friends. I think it's really important that we get to see images like this with Brett, and that we actually also get to see, especially Black men, talk about things like this. I just hope that we get more of it going forward. But that's pretty much all that happened with Brett and Tiffany, because like I said, it ain't toxic, so they just, they don't get as much screen time as I would want. Micah and Paul. So it's clear that Micah just don't like Paul. Like, I feel like she really be trying to tell herself. I feel like she wake up every day like, I love Paul. But it just never comes across that she actually likes Paul when I be watching them. And if production shows them playing footsies one more time, I'm going to lose it. I get it. They're playing footsie, okay? I can play footsie with somebody, and that don't mean I'm going to marry them, okay? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it real. I don't understand. So she tells him that she needs a bigger spot for her clothes. And he was like, well, just bring your essentials. And I was like, essentials? Like, huh? Bring my essentials? Baby, her clothes couldn't even fit in both them closets together. Like, why are you sitting up here lying to yourself with these popcorn walls talking about that you got a closet space that's going to fit all y'all stuff? Stop playing. So she asked him, like, would you want to do long distance? And I was just like, now, Micah, what type of question is that? This is another reason why I just be like, she be trolling Paul every single episode. Do you want to do long distance? Bitch, we married. It ain't no long distance. We married. So somebody finna move because we going to be in the same spot. Like, have it make sense for me. So she asked him, like, would he go to Scottsdale? He's like, hell to the no. But then he was like, hold on, like, I would think about it. Like, I would ask my job, could they transfer me to Arizona? And then, like, I could actually entertain it. Like, he said, I wouldn't be opposed. I'm not just going to say no. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like, I would actually see if I could get transferred. Which I was like, okay. But I was like, Michael, why you asking him? Because you finna say no to him. Like, let's be honest. You don't like him. So I was just like, why are we even asking these questions in the first place? But then she said, like, what would you do if we didn't get married? And I was just like, do you hear the questions that you be asking? Like, sometimes I be like, does she understand what she be asking him? Or does she just be bored and she just be trying to figure out, pull something out of her ass to ask Paul? I just didn't understand any of these questions because it just didn't make sense. Like, what if I said no, then bitch, I wouldn't be with you? Would I do long distance? No, bitch, because we married. Like, it just don't be making sense. The math just don't be mathing for me, and I just be very confused. But it's besides the point, because she don't like him anyway. So let's talk about Chelsea and Kwame. So Kwame and Chelsea, they're doing their shopping, or basically Kwame's being forced to go shopping because he's always being held prisoner. Anytime that he's with Chelsea, my man just looks miserable every single time. So he looks like he don't want to be there. I could tell that she did something to annoy him. And Chelsea's just completely oblivious to it. Like, if I said, Lord, make me like anybody, make me like Chelsea so I could just be oblivious to anything happening in the world, because the way that the world centers and revolves around her, honey, I just be like, okay, girl, you got it. When she was like, I'm having so much fun, and then he was like, really, you are? He was like, really, are you? And I'm just like, my man did say, I'm having fun too, babe. Like, this is so much fun. He said, really? Are you? Kind of like, I'm miserable, but you're having fun? Like, wow. So, once again, I just don't think that Kwame likes Chelsea. That's just my thoughts about it. But also, too, I was like, Chelsea, do y'all have regular friends? Like, do you have your own friends? Like, I saw some friends, but like, I don't know if I would necessarily want to go shopping with my significant other. Like, I would love to have his opinion, so I have some options and send some pictures, like, what do you think about this? But I just don't know if I would actually want to go shopping with my significant other. But also, too, I'm an online shopper, so maybe that's why I can't wrap my head around this. But when she asked, like, what do you think about this? And Kwame was like, that look is tough. And she was like, why don't you just say I'm beautiful? And I was like, baby, like, when somebody say they look is tough, like, the fit look good. And so he was just looking like, girl, what? Like, I know Kwame just wanted to be like, you know what? Ain't no check in the world worth dealing with all of this. I know he was ready to go. So, wait, because she was really like, why could you just say I'm beautiful? I was like, did he tell her the fit was ugly? Like, he said it's tough, like it looked good. Girl, get a grip. So, they sit up here having this conversation, okay? He don't like her. He's sitting up here talking about, he's telling them in the little confessional while she tried on clothes, like how he feels suffocated. I'm always in her space. Basically, I don't like this girl. So then when they having this conversation, he kind of confronts her. I guess she said something crazy to him that morning. And then she was like, oh, you want to go there? Oh, you want to go there? I'm going to throw you under the bus, so get ready. And then he was like, throw me under the bus. I'll wait. She had nothing to say. She just kind of stared at him. I was like, girl, what'd you get so crunk for? Like, I throw you under the bus. I said, okay, girl, like, chill, okay? So, this whole interaction, when she tried to feed this man these strawberries, and he was like, I already ate these strawberries. Like, I want you to feed me the strawberry. Chelsea, I really want you to get a grip. Like, sometimes I think Chelsea's more in love with the idea of being with someone and getting married to someone than actually, like, being in love with Kwame. And my man just always looks like he's being held hostage. Like, I'm sorry. You just can't tell me that this man likes this woman. So, which I'm sorry, because the more I think about the whole, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so when she told him that he nitpicked everything, I said, I know you effing lying. How do you see nitpick everything? You literally got an issue with everything. Like, everything has to be done your way or the highway. Like, I'm getting stressed out for Kwame at this point. I was gonna come to the screen like, wake up, Chelsea. You can't be serious right now saying that he nitpicks everything. I was just really concerned. So, like, she asked Kwame, like, you know, would you say yes at the altar? Like, he paused and he was like, I said, why you pause that long, Kwame? Why you pause that long, Kwame? Just tell her that you don't like her and just save us the heartache, okay? So Kwame goes to meet her family, and then he was like, oh, they're all like a bunch of Chelseas. And I was like, Kwame, I don't know how to take that. Because, like, you literally in one breath say you love her, and in the other breath you say she suffocated you. So, like, I don't know how to take you saying her family's like a bunch of Chelseas, like they all loud. They're all excited. I thought it was cute. They had little posters and stuff. The kids drew some posters for you. So, when she was like, y'all, he got an MBA. He's a professional soccer player. He's smart. He's intelligent. And he has the most beautiful voice. I did not be, stop it, okay? I get it. You in love with Kwame, okay? But the fact that you sit up here talking about this man got a voice like he got pipes, girl, have several seats and stop lying. Do not gas your husband. Don't gas your husband, your fiance, your whatever. Don't gas him up like that. That don't even make sense to me, okay? So, he got a beautiful voice. She just be lying. She be in her all the world, y'all. So, I didn't like how she told, this is just a random side note, okay? Just, I don't like when people do this to kids. When they were like, hey, give him a fist bump or a hug. And I was just like, actually, no, the kids don't have to do that because they don't know Kwame. Let's stop making kids give people hugs and do all these things. You could be like, hi, and that's it. Because the girl, she walked up, she's like, it's clear they're making me do this. So, high five. Like, bye. But, back to the schedule. So, it does concern me because it feels like he's just not close to his family. Like, he talks about how they never ate together. your mama not answering your phone calls. Then later in the other episodes, like, it doesn't even seem like he talks to his dad. I was actually very interested to get to know more about his family, but because we only focus on Chelsea and what Chelsea want to do, I don't think we'll ever learn anything more than what we have. But now he claimed he on board with moving, which that was the effing lie, because like literally the next episode he started bitching about not wanting to move to Seattle. Okay, but let's talk about dress shopping, okay? Because this is when things get a little interesting, okay? So they're dress shopping. Everyone's doing the dress shop. The girls are doing dress shopping. The boys doing their tuxedo shopping, okay? Jackie don't even show up to the fitting. I said, this not in people's contracts that they got to show up to certain places. Like, I feel like this should be a contract thing. Like, these are the things that you cannot miss. She ain't at the dress fitting. So I'm happy that Tiffany Pillow talking to Brett and tell Brett what happened. So then Brett goes and tells Marshall what happened. So he ain't look crazy on camera, but it's too late. He was already looking crazy on camera. So Marshall looks so hurt after he told him that. And then they cut to her meeting with Josh. Now, I said, I hope that this is just a coincidence in editing, that I know the same day that she was supposed to be doing her dress fitting, y'all did not allow her to go have a whole meeting with Josh. Because, like, I'm just hoping that y'all edited it that way to make it look messy, and I just hope that that wasn't true. So she got all excited, like, oh, you brought me flowers? I'm just staring at the screen like, ain't she engaged to somebody? Like, I'm confused why we even letting this happen, why we even filming it, okay? So, also, too, what's wrong with Josh's ear? Like, what happened to him? Like, I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but, like, what the hell happened to his ear? It just caught me off guard. They kept zooming in on it, so I feel like production was being messy, too. And he basically tells her losing her was the biggest regret that he has. He loved her. He want to be with her, and the episode go off. Because I was just like, I've had enough, okay? So, for episode 10, we're going to have to group. It's going to be Jackie, Josh, and Marshall, because clearly, like, this a whole thruple thing happening. I don't know what's going on. So I did feel like a production should have been ashamed of themselves for even allowing her to do this with Josh. Honestly, I feel like it's a lot of things that have happened this season that I just think production should be ashamed of themselves. I don't think Zach and Bliss's journey should have been covered. I feel like he chose Arena, and we should have just stuck with that. And when they said no, Bliss and Zach can do their little thing off camera. Because I feel like at this point, yes, it's great TV, but at this point, it's supposed to be Love is Blind, not Love is Blind, but ooh, I don't like them, how they look, so now I'm going to go pick somebody else that I think is cute now that I've actually seen them. That defeats the whole purpose of Love is Blind. Same thing for Zach, same thing for Marshall and Jackie, and now Jackie and Josh. I thought that it was very disrespectful for production to even allow this to happen, to even allow this to be on camera. I just didn't think it was okay. Like, y'all literally canceled out couples from the first season because they weren't entertaining enough that got engaged. And, like, but you're going to allow this foolishness to happen? Like, I get that it's good for TV, but it literally defeats the whole experiment of Love is Blind. So, now she said her nipple got hard when she saw him at the party. I was like, now see, we doing too much right now, okay? And she tells him that Marshall's just too sensitive for her. And it's clear that she wants a certain type of man. She wants a dude who's tough, probably talk crazy to her, whatever. And that's her business, okay? I'm not here to judge nobody, but I do think that she was choosing Marshall because she felt like, let me go with something different that I hadn't known before. But it didn't sit well on me that she's having this conversation with Josh, but every time Marshall asks her to talk, she don't want to talk, but she could say all this to Josh. I didn't understand. So she tells him about how when she told him to be more aggressive that he left for a couple of days, which I figured when Marshall left, I think that just reconfirmed this feeling of how people abandon her or leave her. So I think that that's pretty much when she was done. And then she later does kind of confirm that's when she was really done, even trying to act like she liked Marshall. So he asked her, like, how would Marshall feel about them meeting? And she said she don't care. And he's like, well, do he know? And she was like, nah, he don't know. Which I thought was rude, because it's like, okay, if you don't want to be with him, just break up with Marshall, and then you can go pursue things with Josh. But it just looks bad that you went and had this meeting with Josh without talking to your fiance and just breaking things off with him. It's just messy, okay? But clearly she don't care, because she said she don't care. But she tells him that she chose wrong, and she does tell Josh, like, hey, like, I'm just not comfortable with being legally married. Like, so if you're looking for marriage, that I can't do that for you. But if you're looking for to date, I can do that. Now, here's my issue. Because I think somebody else made a comment, and when I look at my notes, I'll be able to figure out who it was. Y'all gotta start vetting people. We got Kwame talking about he don't want to get married if his mom doesn't give her blessing. You got Jackie saying that she don't want to be married at all. She not ready for that. So why are they on the show? And this goes back to my point. Why do y'all be choosing people that you know is clearly not looking for somebody? Like, at this point, you've done 4 seasons. You've done 3 seasons prior to this one. You have to be able to figure out when people lying, when they're not lying. This is the same people behind Married at First Sight. Like, I feel like y'all should know when people are full of it. Like, it just don't be making sense to me. I don't know. That just bothered me when she said that. So I was just confused. They make this agreement that they want to be together, and she kissed him, and I'm just like, but you got a whole fiance still. So we cut to Marshall. Marshall telling his boys that she didn't show for the dress fitting. They probably already know. She probably thinks she ain't this, so I'm sure they just like, she been wilding. So the editing team has to do better, because it was clear at one point Marshall had his shirt unbuttoned. Then it was closed. Then he was unbuttoning his shirt. I was like, y'all have to be more slick about how y'all edit around these conversations, because it was clearly given editing was slipping, and they thought I wasn't gonna catch it. And if I'm catching an editing issue, it had to be bad, because I don't even be paying attention to people's clothes and what they doing. It just caught me off guard during the conversation. So Marshall like, I'm done talking. I'm like, no, baby, you know you hurt. You know you was hurt. Don't even lie like that. You was hurt, because I was hurt for you, okay? So for the rest of this, I just need to talk about, actually, let me close out Jackie, Josh, and Marshall. So Marshall goes home, and Jackie's there. I don't know. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Marshall goes home. Jackie's there. So she's basically like, the outside world got to us. And he was like, us or got to you? And so then she said she was over it after the conversation at Chelsea, after Chelsea's party. He just wanted to keep pushing things. And she's just like, I can't give you what you want. And so Jackie said that he needs a lot of security. He wants to talk things through. And I just think she's just a person that doesn't like to communicate her feelings, and it's just too much for her. And having somebody hold her accountable and challenge her to actually talk about her feelings, I just think it's too much at this point. So Marshall did have a point where he said this, like, everything's been on your terms. Like, when we talk, how we resolve conflict, like, everything's been when you feel like doing something, right? So she told him that she can't love him because she's attracted to Josh. And she told him that she met with him. And then basically, she said she don't want to be with him no more, because she want to be with Josh. Because she's attracted to Josh. That's who she want to be with. Okay? So then my man said he asked for the ring back. Okay? So I was like, okay, well, I mean, that's fair. Give it a ring. She said she ain't giving him the ring back. I said, bitch, what? How the hell you not going to get this man his ring back? You don't want to be with him? What the hell you want a ring for? Like, huh? Even Marshall was looking like, girl, what? He was like, you know what? Keep the ring. And every time you see it, like, you realize what you could have had. And I was just like, okay, Marshall, now we're getting a little melodramatic. But also, too, I'm still tripping like, Jackie, why do you want the ring? Can somebody explain to me why Jackie want to keep this ring from a man that she don't even like? I was weak. I had to pause it. I was just like, she really told this man no. She said, no, I don't want to give you the ring back. I was just like, what you gonna do? Use it with Josh? Like, what are we doing? So, I'm sorry, because the more I said to think about it, like, you said you don't want to be with somebody, and then he asked you for the ring back, which is logical, like, next step, and you said, hell to no, I'm not gonna give you a ring back. I can't do this. Okay. My girl said she don't want to get this ring back. I'm sorry. So then Jackie was like, all right, take it easy. I'll see you around. And I said, Jackie, what? And he was like, no, actually, no. And then she looked at him like, sir. And I'm just like, but Jackie, do you hear what you saying to this man? So he go upstairs and he start packing, child. Then she outside talking about, I'm sorry that I don't love him. And then she's like, actually, I'm not sorry. And she was like, I know I'm crazy and I need to do some self-work. So I was like, well, at least she like self-aware that she got some work that she needs to do on her end. But I was just like, my mind was just blown. My mind was just blown the whole time. I was just like, wow, I can't even believe this happened. I'm still tripping and she don't want to get this ring back. Like, okay. All right. Let me talk about this dress fitting, okay? And then we're going to go into the other couple. So Shelby hating ass is still looking like a hater at her best friend's dress fitting. I didn't know why Micah's mom threw the shade that she did at Paul. It's clear that she just don't like Paul like that. But also too, Kwame, why are you bringing people that you met in the past? Like, were y'all friends before? Why you ain't got your own friends? Like, I really am concerned about Kwame. Like, maybe he just didn't have no friends because he, like he said, he lived 3 hours away. Maybe he didn't have no friends that would be willing to make the 3-hour drive to come and see him. I don't know, but it was just, it's giving weird right now at this point. So Brett's friends are going straight to the pits of hell for not telling Brett that his hands was ashy. And like, I don't even want to call that out because you know I love Brett and Tiffany, but I was just like, if I saw that my hands were ashy the way that his was and my friends didn't say nothing, I would have told all my friends to square up after I watched this episode. I'm just saying, that's just a random side note. So I thought it was really cute that Tiffany had Brett in mind when she was like, I want to do this special detailing because he's a designer and he likes the little details. So I thought that was really cute that she did that. But then why did Tiffany mama drag her like that? When she's like, I just thought this was never going to happen. I never pictured you walking down the aisle. I gave up hope. Mama, why you do that? Why you say that to the girl on national television? Why you do that to her? For what? What was the reason? What was the reason? So, this is like some stuff my mama would do. This is why I would never let my mama come on this TV show with me. So, give it up, hope on you. I'm sorry. So, I don't know what Paul was saying when he was trying to explain like why he loves Micah. I don't know. I just really stopped listening because there's no way you can convince me that Micah likes Paul. And I just gave up on even trying to decipher what analytical like example did he just give. And even his friends was looking just as lost as I was. So I knew I wasn't by myself. So we see that Micah tries her dress on. I didn't like it. She was right when she said it was giving prom. The second one was like simple but elegant. I was like, I mean, if you like it, I love it. It's better than the first one, so I was okay with it. Shelby's still hating, hoping that she gonna say no to Paul, which, I mean, it's clear she don't like him. So I at this point, I'm kind of with Shelby now. But I thought it was a really cute moment between Micah and her mom. Her mom was sick, and the fact that they were just able to have that moment together. She was healthy and she was there. I just thought that was really, really sweet to see. So sometimes I feel like when Kwame gives his inspirational monologues on why he loves Chelsea, I feel like he just be trying to convince himself that he loves Chelsea because, like, even his friend was just looking like, why you be doing all of this? Just why? It don't even make sense no more. So if Kwame said one more time how she isn't compromising or sacrificing, I was like, honey, I was with y'all the first couple of episodes. Baby, we on episode 10. Like, she ain't gonna never change. So either you gonna be with her, not compromise, or give everything up. Like, but just figure it out. Because I can't take it no more. I'm tired of hearing about it. Because either you love her, or she's annoying, or you're being held hostage. Blink twice if you need to be saved. I don't know what's going on, but it's just becoming a bit much. Now, also, too, the person who edited Micah's look when Chelsea showed her pink shoes, y'all going to the pits of hell as well. Because when she showed her shoes, and Mike was like, whoever did that, give them a raise because you go to the pits of hell for what you did. But I was with it. I was screaming when that happened. Chelsea's happy to be getting married. Like, she is really into this. Like, I know this made her entire life, even being able to go wedding dress shopping. So the tailor kind of looked at Zach crazy when he was talking about I want some periwinkle. The tailor was like, or not. Like, did you hear what you just told me to do? Like, don't do that. And I actually really like Bliss's dress. Like, I like Bliss's dress, like, actually the most, okay? So let's talk about Chelsea and Kwame. So once again, we're doing another activity that only Chelsea wants to do. I've never seen them do something that Kwame wanted to do. We went to watch the damn dog that's like her child. Because, like, even the mom was like, well, how do you feel about Rocky? Like, Rocky ain't got no choice regardless. So what does it matter? So I was just confused. So they're doing this photo shoot, which I know he's been once again being forced to do something against his will. I don't know why the photographer said, put your head on her chest. I said, for what? Like, this ain't no, like, I just didn't understand what we was doing there. Stomach, chill. Like, I fed you. So Kwame said he can't get enough for her. Like, I just love her so much. I think about her all the time. I can't wait for her to come home. So you can't get enough of her, but then you always say that you feel smothered. You're always in her space. Like, it can't be both. So I need you to really pick one. These are, once again, the moments where I feel like Kwame's just trying to convince us of the lie, okay? So when he told her, like, I haven't met anyone else I wanted to be with more than you, I said, why you lying when you know it's Micah that you want to be with? Why you lying like this? Why did you lie to her like that in her face, okay? So he says that he still doesn't think his mom is going to the wedding. And then he's talking about how I guess his parents were a little bit overbearing and his mom thinks he's a virgin. I was like, Kwame, your mama know you're not no virgin. Like, let's just give that one up, okay? So I didn't understand that when she started talking to him about, like, you know, where they are, he was like, you know, there's things that I think in my mind that kind of gives me pause and I have to think. Kwame, you're not doing anything to make me feel like you like her or like you're even going to say yes. I was just really confused about this. But when Chelsea started asking him, like, would you marry me without your mom's permission, I feel like that was kind of selfish because you just talked about how family means so much to you. And you're basically asking him to marry you without his mom's blessing. Like, I don't know. I feel like it just felt like she was kind of discounting how much his mother's approval mattered. So that just made me feel kind of icky in that moment, okay? So when Chelsea was like, it's a shame to throw something like this away based on your mom's opinion. And I was like, yeah, you got to say no to her. Like, that just didn't even make sense. You have to say no at this point. But we do realize that he has a brother. His brother was actually on the phone. His mom is still not answering the phone. But yeah, I just really would like to have more background into the family dynamics because it just seems a little weird. Tiffany and Brett, like, she stressed over a free wedding. She was like crying and she felt overwhelmed. I was like, well, don't they pick the venue and all the stuff? Or like, I don't know. Sometimes we just get overwhelmed, but I still thought it was a little weird, but I thought it was cute that Brett let her cry it out. I thought that they're just so cute together. They go on a cute plane ride. And then he takes her to this dinner, and he has these pictures laid out that he took of her with her engagement ring and her just smiling. I just thought it was so cute and put so much thought into it. And when she said, like, he sees things in me that I don't see in myself, Beesh, I lost it. I said, Lord, where's my Brett? Where's my Brett? Where is he? Because I need him, okay? Paul and Micah. Paul and Michael went on a little activity to make wedding bands that they're not going to use because Michael don't like him, so they're not going to get married. So they did that. It made me think of Lord of the Rings. I don't know why I started thinking of Lord of the Rings. I mean, of course, why I started thinking of Lord of the Rings, because I couldn't even take this serious because, like, they just not going to get married. So it was no point. But let me talk about what really sent me. When Zach met Bliss' dad and stepmom, this whole thing sent me, okay? Because when I say this man dragged them for filth, he dragged them for filth, okay? So she gonna lie to him like, don't worry about it. Don't be nervous. My dad is not gonna be mean to you. I was like, now Bliss, why you lie to this man like this, okay? So Zach gave him a hug. He really wanted to hug him, child. Then her dad said, he's like, do you go fishing? Have you golfed? He's like, oh, I don't do either. He's like, oh, so not much of a sports guy, huh? I was like, damn, daddy, like, that's what we doing? Then when I don't know why Zach started talking about the criminal justice system. Why did you do that? I just was really confused. Like, why? What did we need to start talking about the criminal justice system for? And so even the dad was like, I mean, I ain't got no opinion on that. Like, why would you even say that? Once again, Zach just be saying stuff to be saying stuff because he thinks it makes him look good or sound smart. You just look crazy, okay? So Bliss. Okay, so when they tell him, like, how long they known him, he's like, oh, about 20 days. He was like, good luck with that. And I was like, sir, you can't be saying all this in front of your daughter. So then he brings up how the older sister got married, went listening to him. That marriage didn't work out, okay? And so he was like, how about you guys actually let intelligence play a factor on whether or not this marriage is going to work out? I said, Daddy, why are you dragging them for filth? Like, when I say he dragged them up and down, I wanted to tell production, actually, I wanted to say call 911 because it's just been a murder. Because he's literally dragged both of them for filth, and I don't even think they're going to come out of this, okay? I don't even think they're going to make it out alive, all right? So he said, he was right when he said people take marriage very lightly these days. I did agree with him with that. And then he was like, Zach's not going to be able to mesh up to her whatsoever. Like, he's not on her level. Like, I was just like, he don't like you, Zach. You didn't pass that test, okay? Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 to go straight to jail, all right? Because I don't think y'all going to win him over. That was literally the highlight of the entire season outside of the craziness with Marshall, Jackie, and Josh, because he just really, that's probably the most honest I've seen a parent. Because let me just be honest, if I bring my parents on this show and I'm talking about I met somebody in 21 days and we finna get married, she's finna be like, what? Like, how that make sense? Hell no, you're not about to do this. So let me go to episode 11, Chelsea and Kwame. Actually, Bliss and Zach, ain't nothing really happened with them. They just going back and forth, her talking about, I just want to make sure that, you know, you make your decision, like, to choose me. I don't know. It really don't matter because ain't nothing happened, so it don't even matter. Tiffany met Brett's dad and brother. I thought it was a really cute thing, and I thought it was funny when the brother was like, do you like my hairstyle? And he's like, well, you all right with me. I thought it was really cool that his dad got on a plane just to come see him because he doesn't do that. And then I appreciated Brett's communication even more, knowing that in their household, they don't communicate or show affection. Because actually, my mama don't be hugging us. Me and my brother had a realization after we started dating that, like, we're not affectionate people. And then we realized, like, because our mama never hugged us. Like, our mamas give us a little church hug. You know, they give you the hug and they pat you on the back like that. And they be like, get off of me. If I try to lay on her, get off of me. Like, man, maybe I should go to therapy about this. Okay, that's besides the point. So, Chelsea and Kwame. Okay, so Kwame comes up with this whole thing how she shouldn't take his last name until her mom proves, like, mom weighs in on the marriage. Once again, why are you on the show if you knew your mom wasn't be okay with it? Like, it's really just getting annoying at this part. And I hate to even side with Chelsea, but, like, you're just always trying to find a reason to say no. So just tell her no, you don't want to marry her. Save us all the heartache now, okay? So Chelsea, I felt like she was begging him to be with her. I was just like, girl, stand up. Like, what are you doing? Why are you begging him? So I think that he's just negative a lot, and he's exhausted now. Like, Chelsea's always exhausted, but he's becoming exhausted because it's just like he always has something negative to say. But what I didn't understand is why the production will play the song again of Kwame singing. It's like y'all want to be disrespectful and you just want to go to hell at every chance you get. I just didn't understand it. I was happy to see that the siblings showed up to the wedding. I really loved the interaction, like, with his sister. She just seemed like a really, like, good soul. And I love how she brought Chelsea that gift, something new, something blue, and she, like, accepted her into the family. I think it reassured Chelsea as well. Mama still didn't show up, but we knew she wasn't going to show up. I actually really liked her, Chelsea's bouquet. I think they were calla lilies, and calla lilies not cheap, so I'm trying to figure out were they real, were they fake, what was going on. Yeah, I got production money like that. But yeah, but let's talk about the bachelor and bachelorette parties. This is the last thing. So Bliss's dress was really cute. Like, she was giving, she was serving. So I don't think Kwame has real friends because I just don't think he got real friends. It was happy and nice to see that he had a black friend, like, that popped up out of nowhere. But I was like, hey, love the representation. So, Zach said he didn't want to watch the burlesque dancer because his mom was a stripper. And I was just like, Zach needs to go to therapy as well because, like, he'd just be exhausting, y'all. So Chelsea sitting up here telling her friends, like, are we going to have strippers? But I'm going to tell y'all now, my fiance finer than all of these strippers. And I was like, Chelsea, okay, girl, we get it. You in love. But let's not just be sitting up here lying. We're not going to lie like that, Chelsea, all right? Then she going to say that our relationship is the healthiest relationship I've ever had. Honey, then the bar is set to hell. Because if you saying this is your healthiest relationship and my man goes out of his way to be like, I don't like you every single time, this can't be it. Like, the level of delusion that she has, like, is really crazy to me. Kwame once again hates Seattle. He said Seattle is like the Lamar Odom of Michael. the Lamar Odom compared to Michael Jordan. And I was like, baby, just tell her you don't want to move. Like, if I got to hear about you not want to go to Seattle one more time, I'm finna lose. Is it that bad? I'm going to call my auntie and be like, damn, is Seattle that bad? Is it that bad? Like, my goodness. So, when his friends asked him, was he going to say yes? Kwame just laughed. And I was just like, what you laughing for, Kwame? You trying to tell us something? Like, you going to say no because you don't like her? I was just really confused about that. Michael and her friends were being childish when they kept calling Paul, like, do you like me? Do you like me? This is why we shouldn't have 20-year-olds on this show. I was like, who be calling people? Like, if I was calling my man drunk, actually, I'm a virgin, so I ain't even going to say out of that in case my parents was watching, but I'm just saying, if I was calling my man drunk, wouldn't be what you like me. We would what you want to do to me, okay? But that's beside the point because I'm a virgin and my parents is watching. So, we see Shelby still being a hating-ass friend, hating on Paul this entire time. The night before a wedding, and the fact that Micah even had to say, support me, I was just like, Micah, please get rid of your friends. They're terrible. Like, why do you want to be friends with these people? They do not have your best interest at heart. They just some hating-ass hoes. Like, I don't get it. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. We ended on Chelsea, of course, said yes to Kwame. I'm just waiting on them to go ahead and play this 12th episode so he can say no to her. Because, like, I think it's clear that none of them are getting married but Brett and Tiffany. And maybe Zach and Bliss because she's just delusional at this point. But yeah, like, Micah don't like Paul. Kwame don't like Chelsea. Like, let's just let it go. Marshall and I mean, old girl with Josh now. So I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But yeah, I just feel like these episodes was crazy, okay? Once Jackie and Marshall left, I mean, it was nothing crazy that happened that much outside of Kwame being held prisoner. But yeah, like, this has been one hell of a season. But those are my thoughts on Love is Blind episodes 9, 10, and 11, all right? Make sure you stay tuned. Tomorrow, we're going to do the live stream and talk about these episodes. And also, too, stay tuned for the final episode next week and the live reunion, which I know is going to be chaotic. I'm very excited about this because the whole season been messy, so I know this is going to be messy too. Those are my thoughts on Love is Blind. As always, my name is Sharona from payorwait, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000, and until I see you again, bye.